Hello and welcome to Your Flow Matters, Mastering Lymphatic Drainage with me, Melissa McLaughlin from Melissa McLaughlin Wellness, located in Danvers, Mass. I'm going to share a presentation that I have put together for you. So here that is. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, please do so at Melissa McLaughlin Wellness. So who am I to be teaching you all about this system? So I am an intuitive body worker, and I've been helping people overcome pain for a little over a decade through lymphatic drainage and nervous system regulation. I'm also a medical massage practitioner, personal trainer, and a wellness coach. One of my main priorities in working with individuals is education. So I want you to know what we are working with when we work with your lymphatic system. I am also a dog mom to this lovely boy, Archer, and a nature lover. That is how I fill my cup. What we're going to learn during this masterclass is, what is the lymphatic system? Why doesn't anybody talk about it? We're going to talk about the anatomy and the functions and explore some techniques and best practices that can help stimulate flow, detox your body, and boost immune function. So, what is it? Let's start with maybe why nobody talks about it. There is no lymphatic drainage doctor. That is not a scope that is out there, unfortunately. And it's a very important system because all of our systems are important. And it's sad that there is no focus on this because it's what keeps all of the other organs healthy. So that's why the doctors don't typically talk about the lymphatic system. And what is it? So it's a network of vessels, nodes, and organs found throughout your body. It works hand in hand with your cardiovascular system, and it helps to clean and purify liters of blood a day to keep you healthy. And the blood moves through vessels and then through these little catchment zones in your neck and your armpit, abdomen, and your groin to help clean out and catch. It's like the drain of your sink, right? So that's those little lymph node areas. It catches and collects all those impurities, gets it to your urinary system so you can pee it all out. And then there's some organs involved too. The organs that are involved, your spleen and your intestines have lymphatic tissue all throughout them. 70% of your abdomen, all those organs are actually for your lymphatic system. Red bone marrow, your thymus gland are all organs involved with the lymphatic system. Those lymph nodes are little command centers. Like I said, they're located throughout your body, and they remove waste, toxins, and cancer cells and produce white blood cells to help fight infection. The lymphatic vessels, again, carry the lymph. And what is lymph? Lymph is fluid. So lymph is blood, which is plasma. It just has a different name depending on the system of the body that it's in. So when the fluid is in the cardiovascular system, it's called blood. When the fluid is in your cells, it's called plasma. And when it's in your lymphatic system, it's called lymph. And this water is filled with proteins and waste that need to be excreted. This is a little bit better of an image. You can see these little P-shaped structures throughout your body. Those are all lymph nodes, and you see how many are up in the neck area. Like if you get sick and you might notice some swollen glands, that's a sign that your those lymph nodes are collecting debris to try to keep you healthy and fight that infection. So your lymph system helps to remove excess fluid as well. If you notice you might have some swelling in your extremities, that's a sign that your lymphatic system isn't doing its job appropriately. So something needs to be addressed. It also removes waste products and toxins from your tissue. Helps to maintain healthy fluid balance, like we just said, with the removing of the excess fluid. If there's a fluid balance that's off in the body, we need to address that. If you're getting frequent colds, frequent illnesses, that's a sign that your lymphatic system is overworked. We need to do something to treat that. So what do we do? How do we heal our lymphatic system so that we can stay healthy? And it helps to transport fat soluble vitamins from the digestive system into the bloodstream. Dr. Perry Nicholson is one of my mentors, and you can find him at Stop Chasing Pain on Instagram and YouTube. He has a podcast as well. He's a wealth of information, and I love the courses that I've taken with him. I've learned so many things and how to combine the lymphatic system with the nervous system. And that's how I tend to treat the clients that I'm treating, is with a combination of techniques depending on the body that I'm working with that day. So one of his favorite sayings is, no body system works alone, no body system gets injured alone, and no body system heals alone. They all work hand in hand with each other to keep our organism, our vessel, running and healthy. I like to compare the lymphatic system to that of a plant system because I'm a plant mom too. And I like to see my plants thriving and growing, and I really like that energy and feel it in my body as well when I feel healthy and thriving. So how does it compare to plants? They both have a vascular transport system that moves water, nutrients, and hormones through their system. They facilitate the distribution of resources necessary for growth and development and remove the waste products. And they both filter and detect foreign particles and pathogens and create a defense system against them. They both fluid regulate and hydrate. And they respond to physiological conditions and environmental challenges to survive. Now, with anything, any sort of body work, there are contraindications. Before we get into the contraindications, I do want to say that this information is not to cure or treat any diseases or infections. I am not a doctor. This information is to just educate you a little bit about the lymphatic system and how to possibly improve your healthy living and reduce pain or inflammation in the body. If you have any of these following conditions, lymphatic drainage is not advised. So here is the list. Severe cardiac insufficiency and unstable hypertension, renal failure, that's kidneys, cellulitis, that's a severe infection in your superficial skin where the cells are getting infected. You need to go to the hospital. If you have cellulitis, radiation dermatitis, venous thrombosis, directly over any cancerous tissue, bodywork is completely contraindicated. Acute inflammation, hepatic cirrhosis with abdominal fluid, untreated TB, and superior vena cava obstruction. Check with your doctor if you are unsure if lymphatic drainage is safe for you, but also know that it is safe during pregnancy with use of light touch over the abdomen and the groin areas. If you are coming in for a treatment with me for some manual lymphatic drainage, I do advise to clear out the pathways. So if you're constipated or have diarrhea, treat the constipation first before coming in. Because if we're doing lymphatic drainage together, we are most likely going to be doing abdominal work as well. We're going to stimulate movement in that area. So we want the waste out before we start adding nutrients in or more stimulation. We don't want to create more of a traffic jam in the area if there's already one there. So please clear the constipation first. And that also applies to doing the big 6 routine that I'm going to show you at the end of this with the abdominal massage that we're going to do together. Signs that your lymphatic system is waving the white flag. Pain and stiffness. Pain's a huge indication that your lymphatic system is overloaded. Fatigue or sleep problems. Skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, acne, bloating or retaining water, breast swelling with each cycle, brain fog, a sluggish gut and swollen glands, trouble with weight maintenance, chronic sinusitis or colds, cellulite, cold hands and feet, so that's an indication of poor circulation, or poor management of a high stress level. So all signs that your lymphatic system is waving the white flag. How can you support your lymphatic system on your own? You can do this through a few different ways. And the first way is just to move. If you are sedentary and sitting for the majority of your day, there is no flow. The flow is shut off. So you want to move. Find something that feels good for your body. It can be walking, it can be swimming, it can be gentle restorative stretches on the floor. It could be weight training, if that's what you're into, or CrossFitting. You have to find something that you like. It will help stimulate your flow and maintain a healthy lymphatic system. Taking a look at your diet. Is your diet healthy? Is it balanced? Is it filled with essential nutrients and antioxidants? You want a diet that's filled with fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Eat organic and anti-inflammatory, and avoid as much processed foods as you can. Hydration. Wonderful tip. First thing in the morning, drink some warm water, maybe with some lemon, and you're jump-starting your GI system right from the get-go. But proper hydration is essential to maintain lymphatic fluid balance and promote efficient toxin removal. So it promotes that detoxification. Also avoiding sugar drinks, alcohol, or caffeine. And if you can't avoid it altogether, limit it. Stress management. Chronic stress can impair your lymphatic function. That lovely stress hormone, cortisol, can wreak havoc on our adrenal glands that sit right on top of the kidneys. And what happens when we are processing all of these toxins out of our body? We process them through our renal system. So the kidneys are taking a brunt of that, all those toxins, getting it out of your body to keep you healthy. If the cortisol is high at all times throughout the day and we're not managing the stress properly, it can continue to stress out those adrenals, continue to stress out those kidneys. So it's important that we find something, again, that we enjoy doing. So any sort of mindfulness, maybe downloading the Insight Timer app or the Breathe or Calm app, doing some guided meditations, yoga and Tai Chi, moving that energy, connecting to and processing emotions, maybe working with a therapist or through journaling, dance and laugh often, all ways to help manage stress levels. Massage and dry brushing help to stimulate the lymphatic flow. Lymphatic massage is very rhythmic. It's very light. I follow a protocol of steps and clearing out the lymphatic nodes, those catchment areas. And it all goes back to the subclavian vein right around the collarbones. I'll get to that in a little bit when we talk about the Big Six routine. And dry brushing, that helps to stimulate the tiny little cells below the skin surface. So the superficial cells, which helps to move that extra fluid and maintain that fluid balance within our system. We want to avoid tight clothing so that the circulation can flow more freely. And now we're going to head into what the Big Six routine is and rebounding. So I'm going to get out of this and we are going to go to the main screen. Okay, I'm back. All right. So this Big Six routine, 6 different areas in your body. It takes about 1.5 minutes to do. I love to incorporate this routine before I do my workouts. But also if I'm feeling tired or if I'm feeling fatigued throughout the day, or if my stress level might be a little high, then I reconnect to my physical body and I take care of this routine. So we start right at the clavicle. And what we do is we rub 7 to 10 times, and then we tap to help clear out and stimulate these cells here. You can rub and tap above and below each of those clavicles. And you switch to the other side. So this is that subclavian vein area. This is where deoxygenated blood cycles back to the heart and lung complex to pick up more of those good nutrients, all that oxygen that your body is going to need. From here, we go behind the ear. This is where your vagus nerve is. So the vagus nerve controls everything in your body that you don't have to tell your body what to do. It does it automatically. So that's breathing, digestion. If this area is blocked or compressed in any way, you may have increased inflammation or feel a little bit more anxious. So we're going to rub here 7 to 10 times, and then we are going to tap. From here, we are going to our axillary area, so the area in our armpit. We have a cluster of lymph nodes here that help clear out the upper left quadrant, upper right quadrant of your torso and your arms. And then once you're done rubbing, you tap. And you do the other side. Rub all around, get underneath where all those lymph nodes are, and then tap. Next up, we go to our abdomen. So you can rub and tap in any direction that you want to, that feels good, as long as you get some abdominal movement here. And then you tap all around. And then groin. Rub 7 to 10 times, tap 7 to 10 times. And then from here, it's behind the knee, that popliteal space. So you'll rub and you'll tap. And then you'll come back up and you'll rebound. So the rebounding is just bouncing on your toes and shaking out your upper body. So you can find any sort of movement that feels good, as long as you're using those built-in muscles that we have, those skeletal muscles, to help rebound your lymphatic fluid back to improve your circulation and master your flow. So you just rebound. Now, if you have a mini trampoline or a trampoline in your yard, it's great. to do this on that as well. But if you don't have a trampoline, you can just bounce on your toes, shake out your arms, and you're stimulating your flow. So that is the big six routine. That was also the rebounding. And now we're going to talk a little bit about abdominal massage. So I said earlier, 70% of your lymphatic organs are found in your gut. There is a direct link, the brain-gut axis. If your gut isn't healthy, this is not going to be healthy. This is going to be foggy. It's not going to be clear. You're going to be fatigued. So we have to treat our gut. How do we do that? By massaging our gut, by connecting to our belly. How often are we just walking around rubbing our belly? We don't really do that much, right? We don't reconnect into our vessel. So I suggest that you do some abdominal massage every day, whether it's in the shower, maybe when you're done doing the dishes, maybe when you're just standing there talking to your spouse or a friend. Just bring your hands even gently to your belly. Give it some love. Give it some heat, right? Because the gut thrives on heat. So, to stimulate the gut, we want to work clockwise. It's up on the right, across the top, down on the left. Now, in anatomical terms, up on the ascending colon, across on the transverse colon, down on the descending colon. So that's the way that you want to work. That's how you finish with the abdominal massage. Now, with the big six that we just did, we were rubbing, we were tapping, whatever direction we wanted. But we want to finish the abdominal massage working in that direction. Now, when you do the big six routine, if you have the time to add in some bonus abdominal massage, do that. For your taps for the abdomen during the big six, maybe you don't want to stop at 7 to 10. You can do up to 50 if you want to. So it's really up to you and how you want to treat your vessel and your body. But to end today, I'm going to have you just bring your hands right into your belly. Stack them. Maybe close your eyes if that feels good for you. Relax your shoulders down. Unclench your jaw. And just bring yourself into your breath. And notice allowing your breath to enter your abdomen. But not just your abdomen. Allowing your breath to travel in all four directions here. So your belly, your back, and both of your sides. Taking up as much space in this area and then letting it all go. So do this 7 times. Inhale. Expand in all four directions. Exhale, let it all go. This is helping to shift both of the diaphragms, your thoracic diaphragm and your pelvic diaphragm. Which will also give your abdominal contents some love. Wonderful. So we'll finish the abdominal work with some of those circular movements, and we'll get some extra rebounding in. Just shake on out. And I want to tell you how grateful I am for you taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch this masterclass. I hope that you can take some of this information and help improve your living, and feel healthier, help your body detox, and boost your immune function. So, if you're interested in scheduling a free consult with me to talk more about how lymphatic drainage can help you, and maybe we can work to get to the root cause of pain or fatigue for you, you can do that through my Google Calendar, and you can find that link in my link tree. If you already work with me, talk to me about this the next time you see me. I would be happy to do a lymphatic treatment with you. And I now have an infrared light in the office, which also helps with lymphatic drainage. So we may be able to incorporate that into our treatments as well. Thank you so much.